In this video, you're gonna exactly see the marketing strategy behind results like this. I'm gonna exactly mention all the marketing strategies with some tips that help our HVAC clients get crazy good results. No matter if you're at 500K, $1 million, or sitting at 2 million or more. The strategy that I'm gonna share in this video will help you double or triple your business within coming year. You gotta make sure, and we will be making sure that 25 is the best year for all of us, not just for our business, but for our personal pocket too. Let's get started with the video without any further ado. The very first step, it's setting up your Google business profile. Google business profile is a free tool given by Google that helps you get leads organically. This is a look of Google business profile. What you have to do with your Google business profile, once you have verified your G profile or Google business profile, you have to get some reviews to it. You can ask your friends and families if you don't really have any customers yet, but make sure you are getting some initial ones because that's very important. Help your GBP profile be visible. That's the first step. Other than that, you have to make sure you are doing the foundational stuff right. Let's get to our screen. So you have to make sure you have written your business name correctly, your categories, descriptions, contact information, your website, social profiles, your location, and all those stuff. Those are the very basic stuff that you have to make sure you have done really. Now, other than that, you have a section of edit services where you have to put all the services that your business offers: furnace repair, furnace installation, AC replacement, AC repair, tons of that stuff. Then you have your Q&A stuff. In the Q&A section, you have to add questions that your customers, your prospects might be asking. For instance, do you serve XYZ brand? Do you accept this financing? Whatever that is, you have to add those Q&As. These things combined will help your Google business profile be very visible on Google, and this is gonna help you get crazy results. Because if I could tell you one thing, we are working with an HVAC client based in North Carolina, and he's getting crazy results with Google business profile. It's something which is absolutely free, though you have to put in efforts and a bit of money to optimize it, but eventually it's something that's gonna give you the best quality leads and jobs. That's one thing. Coming to our next point, that is website local optimization. I don't have to focus more on how important website is. You already know that website is kind of the storefront, and being in 2024 2025 now, it's something you cannot overlook at all. Now let's see what's a good design of a website and what's the optimization technique for the website. Because again, if you're not getting any visitors to a website, it's of no use. You have to get customers, prospects, visitors to your website to get the best possible ROI from it. This is an example of a good HVAC website. So if you see, we have got a YouTube video here, then we are not comfortable until you are. So this is our positioning, then a curiosity or a question that we're asking to the customers or to the prospects, then request service, it's a call to action over here, then our main keyword, that is heating and cooling in St. Louis, Missouri, then rewards membership, something which is kind of it's persuading users to get services from us. Then a bit of what stuff with, then some team photos and all those stuff. Then we are also having a form over here. This is a perfect design of how your website should look like. You have to get a really good headings, you have to get your heading structure correctly, you have to get your URL structure correctly, you have to put in the right words at the right place, you have to make sure you are having the forms and call to actions at certain places. These are the important stuff. And coming to the point of SEO or search engine optimization, you have to make sure you are adding, for instance, if it's a homepage, you have to add HVAC service or AC repair at at certain headings. For instance, H1, which is heading 1, it's the title of your page, right? You have to make sure you are having your keyword or your desired phrase that you want to rank your website on at that position. Not just that, you have to make sure contact details are prominently displayed. You have got your call to actions done right, because that's very important. Other than that, you have to include local customers, their reviews. You could just embed your Google business profile reviews, it's absolutely fine, or you can also add certain testimonial videos if you want. Then use local keywords and phrases. It's something that I already told. These things combined will give you pretty good results for your website sites of SEO. I have already got a video on how we achieved crazy results for one of our clients, so make sure you check that one out. I discussed about the SEO stuff, and that helped our client go from $500K to $1 million, somewhere around that range. So yeah, make sure you check check that video. Coming to the next point, that is low service ads. So Google LSAs are a pay per lead advertising platform that allows HVAC businesses to reach potential customers precisely when they need services. And unlike traditional pay-per-click advertising where businesses pay for every single LSAs are charged only when a customer schedules or calls you. So this model ensures that a cost-effective approach is established. And to be honest, if you actually check this, the average cost per lead in LSA for air conditioning sales, it's at $50.91. At the same time, PPC it's $160 compared to another one for heating and furnace it's 62.18. For PPC it's 68.03. So if you actually compare the overall conversion or cost per customer, if you actually compare that, LSAs are a bit effective compared to the traditional pay-per-click model. I'm not saying that PPCs are dead or stuff like that, but LSAs give better ROI, and it's prevalent. We have seen that again and again. So each HVAC LSA ad consists of a card that displays their Google guarantee verification, business name, reviews, service area, open hours. This is an example of that. You could see that. So that's the thing. It's pretty easy to start with your LSA. First of all, you have to get your business license and insurance, then background checks. It will be done by Google. Then positive reputation. You have to make sure you have got certain amount of reviews on Google, and you have to make sure that those reviews, you're not below 4.5, 4.6, somewhere in that line, because below that, Google ain't gonna really show you a lot on Google guaranteed. Because if that, what exactly happens is, if a customer is dissatisfied with you and you're listed in Google guaranteed, Google actually gives the customer the money from their pocket. So they do a lot of verification check, they do a lot of reputation check and all those things. Then obviously you have to make sure you are complying with Google's policy. So that's the thing. Now coming to the next point, that is Google ads for local SEO. Yeah, sorry for that. Before I actually jump into the PPC, I'll leave a link to this page. It's the page where you can go and sign up. Once you click on get started, you will be redirected to this page, and it's not available at every single location right now. So maybe you have to check whether it's available at your location or not. So here you can, in the eligibility, you could just search for your state, zip code, category. Here I have HVAC and stuff like that. It's actually available for our industry. You could see that here, HVAC, check eligibility, zip code. You could just check that, sign it up, create your profile, and see whether you qualify for this or not. Now coming to the next one, building a high quality landing page and using ads for local audience. This is basically local ads, right? It's PPC or traditional click or pay-per-click model. First of all, buy Google ads. It's pretty simple. Quick ROI, that is quick return on investment, and measurable ROI. It's something which you can measure. Unlike organic marketing, though, organic marketing, those practices give you results in longer term. PPC gives you results faster. It does consume a lot of investment or upfront investment, but it's gonna give you results much faster, right? So first of all, before I actually get into how to calculate the ROI of a PPC and those sort of stuff, here's the action plan for your Google ads, and this is for residential and commercial, both HVAC services. First of all, you have to define a goal, whether you want to generate 30 qualified leads, 50, 100. You have to define based on your scale. Then you have to set KPIs. You have to see what's the average. Your advertising partner or your marketing agency will tell you this. What's the CTR? What's the average CTR in the market? What's the average conversion rate? It's somewhere around 8-9%. What's the cost per lead for several services, and those sort of stuff. You could use tools like Google Ads Manager, Google Analytics, Google Keyword Planner for this. You have to select a campaign structure. For instance, you have to do separate campaign for heating services, then cooling, maintenance, emergency services. I'll make sure I'm doing this separate. I've got a really good video on setting up Google Ads for your HVAC business, so make sure you check that out if you haven't yet. That's something where I actually went a lot deeper into and talking about each single step. Then you have to select your ad groups based on the intent. For instance, AC repair near me versus affordable is HVAC maintenance, those sort of stuff. Then you have to group keywords and all those things. Then ad copy, it's very important. You have to include keywords and for instance, fast HVAC repair near you, 24/7 emergency service, stuff like that. Something which is gonna increase the CTR. For instance, $99 seasonal tune-up special, stuff like that, Then obviously you have to make sure your landing pages has got a really good speed, really good keywords focus, and the overall call action is done correctly, right? Those are the stuff. And once you have done that right, once you have set up your ad campaign, you can, and this is very important, you have to calculate ROI for your Google Ads PPC campaign. First of all, how to do that? First, you have to see how many clicks you're receiving. Let's say you receive 100 clicks from $500 of ad spend. Of those, 10 results in a call or lead. Then it's $50 cost per lead. Of those 10 leads, percentage results in a booking. $50 by 40%, it comes down to 125 cost per book job. Now you have to see what's the average customer value, and you can calculate the ROI based on this. And it's very important to actually calculate the ROI, because that tells you how much you can actually spend on the ad and whether or not it's actually positive for your business. Coming to the another marketing, and this is a solid point, Facebook ads. We don't use Facebook ads to sell heating and cooling services. In most of the cases, you will have hard time doing that. We mainly use Facebook ads for retargeting. Retargeting is fantastic and it's very easy. As I said, when to use it, I don't like using Facebook ads, to be honest, for targeting installation, replacement or repair jobs. You would have very difficult time selling that by book, because the audience over there are chilling. They're on their sofa or bed watching Netflix, eating a pizza. Hence, I like to focus on selling either maintenance if I'm doing that, or I'm just using that to retarget the visitors that I got on website or on my landing page, right? That's the thing. This way you could get much better success rate, as the people who are seeing your ads, they already know your brand. You can use Facebook Ads Pixel to retarget. It's pretty easy. I've got another really profound video on how to really use Facebook Ads Pixel and how to do retargeting stuff for your HVAC business, so make sure you check that one out. Some strategies, if I could share, make sure you are doing A/B testing. A/B testing with videos and then images, see which one's performing well for your brand. Then utilizing already performing ads from ads library. Facebook Ads Library, it's a really good platform where you can see what ads your competitors are running. Then Facebook lead ads, there are certain different types of ads, so lead ads works really well. So just to make sure you are using that. Now coming to our last point, that is market your knowledge or establish your own brand. What's that? You have to, how are you watching me? How do you know me? How do you know HVAC 10x? Probably from my content, probably from my Facebook post, my YouTube video or stuff like that. That's the exact stuff you have to do. You have to kind of create content around your stuff. It's not that hard, to be honest. You are already going to homes, doing the jobs. You just have to create content around the stuff that you do, around the stuff that you already know. You have to create a content calendar where you have to put what's the content that's gonna go on different dates, and it could look like some of the blog topics could be why regular HVAC maintenance saves you money, top 5 energy efficient HVAC solutions, beginner's guide to choosing the right HVAC system. Then you can have what's more important for your home, lower energy bills or better air quality, where you actually create a short on this and stuff like that. These are few of the important or few of the ideas, right? You can implement this based on what you like to create and how you like to create, right? That's the thing. Few examples of successful HVAC influencers, HVAC hacks is one. If I could show you that, just give me a second. Yep. If you see this Instagram page, they have got 107k followers. It's huge. You don't have to get this amount of followers or following to get a lot of jobs. You could just create a very localized content strategy focusing on just one single city or one single suburb, whatever your service area is. This way, you'll be getting the results much faster. You'll be, you'll be booked much faster. You'll be getting jobs. You'll be getting, calls and leads much faster. These points combined, if you actually combine all these points, you'll see success much faster. If I could sum it up, it would be setting up and optimizing your Google business profile, focusing on the SEO side of things of your website, local service ads, pay-per-click, Facebook ads for retargeting, marketing your own knowledge. These 6 things combined would yield you results that you will reap throughout the next 5 years, 10 years, whatnot. That was all for today's video. Let me know if you have got any questions. Feel free to comment below, and if you need any marketing help, feel free to book a call with me using the link given in the description and pin comment. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, bye bye. Have a great day.